Chapter 5: The Mind and the Heart, Ancient Text and Modern Neuroscience. The biblical understanding of the relationship between the heart, the mind, and the emotions has been illuminated by a field of research that barely existed 30 years ago, neurocardiology. Throughout the Bible, the heart is treated as more than a pump. It is the seat of thought, emotion, will, and moral character. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs 4 verse 23. I will put my law in their minds and write it on their hearts. Jeremiah 31 verse 33. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3 verse 5. The heart is deceitful above all things and beyond cure. Who can understand it? Jeremiah 17 verse 9. For most of medical history, this was understood as primitive psychology. The ancients simply did not understand that thinking happens in the brain, not the heart, and used the heart as a metaphor for the mind. The Enlightenment, and the neuroscience that followed it, seemed to definitively establish that the brain was the organ of thought and the heart was merely a mechanical pump. But neurocardiology, the study of the nervous system of the heart, has revealed something more complicated. The heart contains approximately 40,000 neurons, its own independent nervous system, capable of learning, remembering, and functioning independently of the brain. This little brain in the heart processes information, makes decisions, and sends more signals to the brain via the vagus nerve than the brain sends to the heart. The heart, not the brain, is the first organ to respond to emotional stimuli. Heart rate changes before the brain registers the emotional trigger. The HeartMath Institute, which has been researching heart-brain communication for 3 decades, has demonstrated that the heart generates an electromagnetic field 60 times greater in amplitude than the brain's field and 5,000 times greater in magnetic strength. This field can be detected several feet outside the body. It changes in response to emotional states and influences the neural activity of other people in proximity. The biblical description of the heart as the seat of character, emotion, will, and spiritual experience is not naive anatomy. It is, in the light of neurocardiology, a more accurate description of the heart's functional role than the mere pumps model that medical science held for 4 centuries. The Bible also contains what may be the first description of psychosomatic medicine, the connection between emotional states and physical health. Proverbs 17 verse 22, a cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. Proverbs 14 verse 30, a heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones. Proverbs 12 verse 25, anxiety weighs down the heart, but a kind word cheers it up. The research on the health consequences of positive and negative emotional states is now one of the most robust in psychology and medicine. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, suppresses immune function, accelerates cardiovascular disease, and reduces life expectancy. Social connection and positive emotional states are associated with improved immune function, faster recovery from illness, and longer life. Loneliness is now classified as a public health crisis, with health consequences comparable to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Proverbs was describing this relationship approximately 900 BC.